So when we are practicing with these laboratory biohazardous agents, so we must take several precautions related to biosafety level criteria. And also here, when we are working with these biohazardous agents materials, so here the primary importance that procedures are followed consistently in the laboratory. And additionally, motivation and critical judgment and specific safety knowledge regarding the material or agent, essentially for ensuring the protection of all personnel, the public and the environment. So here we are working with these biohazardous agents in four different types of biosafety level laboratory. So here biosafety level 1 and biosafety level 2, biosafety level 3 and biosafety level 4. So these four different types of laboratories we are using for activities involving working with the infectious microorganisms. So biosafety level 1, so this biosafety level 1 means BSL1 laboratory is suitable for work with the well characterized agents only. It is suitable for well characterized agents only, so which do not cause disease in healthy humans who are working in the laboratory 1. Those are not cause any types of diseases to healthy humans. So here this laboratory here potentially infectious material, potentially this infectious material must be decontaminated before disposal, either by adding appropriate disinfectant or by packaging for decontamination. So potentially infectious materials must be decontaminated before disposal, and also either by adding appropriate disinfectant or by packaging for decontamination elsewhere. So personal protective equipment only required for circumstances. Personal protective equipments is only required for circumstances where personnel might be exposed to hazardous materials. In those places personal protective equipment is required, and this BSL1 laboratory must have a door which can be locked to limit access to the lab, and also it is and also this level biosafety is appropriate work with the several kinds of microorganisms, including non-pathogenic Escherichia coli and Bacillus subtilis and Saccharomyces and other organisms not suspected to contribute diseases human diseases. So here these type of laboratories are used. These type of means BSL-1 laboratories generally used in teaching spaces for high schools and colleges. High school and colleges. Biosafety level 1 lab. So in the biosafety level 1 laboratory is suitable for work well characterized agents only, and also here practicing with which do not cause diseases in healthy humans, and also here the potentially infectious material must be decontaminated before disposal, either by adding an appropriate disinfectant or packaging for decontamination elsewhere, and also here must wear personal protective equipment when it is required, and also this laboratory works with several kinds of non-pathogenic microorganisms, including Escherichia coli, Bacillus subtilis and Saccharomyces cerevisiae and other organisms not suspected to contribute to human diseases. And also these type of BSL-1 laboratories are generally used in teaching spaces for high schools and also colleges. Second one, biosafety level 2. So at this level we have to take all precautions which are used in biosafety level 1 is also followed, and also some additional precautions we are taken in the biosafety level 2, and also it's completely differs from the biosafety level 1. Biosafety level 2 is completely differs from biosafety level 1. So here the laboratory personnel have a specific training in handling with the pathogenic agents, and also directed by scientists with advanced training. That means who are handling the biohazardous agents, they must be a skillful person can handle these type of pathogenic agents. That means they can take a specific training to handling the pathogenic agents, and also several scientists with advanced training they can handling with this type of pathogenic agents. And also access to laboratory is limited when work is being conducted, and also extreme precautions would be taken with contaminated sharp items, and also the certain procedures in which infectious aerosols or splashes may be created or conducted in biological safety cabinets. So certain procedures in which infectious aerosols or splashes may be created or conducted in biological safety cabinets. So this biosafety level 2 is suitable for work involving agents with various microbes, that means which are causes a mild diseases to humans like hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, HIV and several pathogenics like Escherichia coli and also Staphylococcus aureus and also Salmonella, Plasmodium falciparum. So biosafety level 2 means is this level we have to take all precautions which are used in the biosafety level 1 and also additional precautions also taken. This laboratory personnel have specific training in handling these pathogenic agents and also directed by the scientist with advanced training, and also access to the laboratory is completely limited when work is being conducted, and also extreme precautions are taken with contaminated sharp items, and also certain procedures in which infectious aerosols or splashes may be created or conducted in biological safety cabinets. And also here we are work with the various microbes in BSL lab 2, work with the various microbes which are causes mild diseases to the humans like hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C and HIV, and several pathogenics like Escherichia coli, Staphylococcus aureus and also Salmonella, Plasmodium falciparum, etc. Next one, BSL3 laboratory. So biosafety level 3 laboratory appropriate for working involving with the microbes which can cause inhalation route. Okay, so it is work involving with the microbes which can cause serious and potentially lethal diseases through inhalation route. So this type of work can be done in the clinical diagnostics, teaching purpose and research purpose, and also production facilities. So here the entrance of the laboratory must be separated from the areas of the buildings with the unrestricted traffic flow. That means this BSL3 laboratory is completely separated from the areas of building with unrestricted traffic flow, and additionally here the laboratory must be behind two sets of self-closing doors. Two sets of self-closing doors. So why we are using self-closing doors means it can reduce the risk of aerosols escaping. And also the construction of laboratory is such that it can be easily cleaned, and also carpets are not permitted inside the laboratory, and it is commonly used for the research purpose and also diagnostic work involving with the various microbes which can be transmitted by aerosols and cause severe diseases. These are includes like Mycobacterium tuberculosis and another one Francisella tularensis. Biosafety level 3 laboratory is appropriate for work involving with the microbes which can cause serious and potentially lethal diseases via the inhalation route, and this can be done in the clinical diagnostics, teaching purpose and also research purpose. And the entrance of the laboratory must be separated from the building with unrestricted traffic flow, and also here the laboratory must be behind two sets of self-closing doors. Why? Because it can reduce the risk of aerosols escaping, and also when we are construction of laboratory such that it can be easily cleaned, and also carpets are not permitted inside the laboratory, and it can helpful for the research purpose, diagnostic work with involving various microbes which can cause severe diseases, and also the agents are like Mycobacterium tuberculosis and also Francisella tularensis. And the next one, BSL4 laboratory. So BSL-4 biosafety level 4 is the highest level of precautions. So here and also we are working with the agents could easily aerosol transmitted within the laboratory and cause severe fatal diseases to human beings, for which there are no available vaccines or treatments. So in the BSL-4 laboratory, the practices with the different types of pathogens means which are no available vaccines or treatments. So in order to exit the BSL-4 laboratory, the personnel must pass through the chemical shower for decontamination purpose, and it is completely restricted to trained and authorized individuals only, and also all persons entering and exiting the laboratory must be recorded. And these type of laboratories can be used for the diagnostic work and also research purpose on easily transmitted pathogens which can cause a fatal diseases. So here in this type of laboratory works with the such as Marburg and Lassa virus and Nipah and now COVID-19 coronavirus also. BSL-4 laboratory means it is the highest level of biosafety precautions we are taken, and also it's appropriate work with the agents that could be easily aerosols transmitted and also severe fatal diseases in humans, for which there are no available vaccines or no treatments. And in order exit the BS4 laboratory, a personnel must pass through the chemical shower for the decontamination purpose, and also then a room trained. This entry into the BSL-4 restricted to trained and authorized individuals only, and every person entering and exiting the laboratory must be recorded. And biosafety level 4 laboratories are used for the diagnostics work and also research work on easily transmitted pathogens which can causes severe fatal diseases, and mostly here works on Marburg and Lassa virus, Nipah virus and coronavirus, etc. And the next one, LAI, lab acquired infections. Lab acquired infections is also called as occupational illness, or it's also called as laboratory associated infections. LAI means laboratory acquired infections or occupational illness or laboratory associated infections. So these LAIs can arise in clinical laboratories as well as animal facilities, R&D and production installations. In sometimes it is difficult to determine if a discovered infectious workers disease caused by microorganisms that it is present in the laboratory only or also in the community. So these LAs are also of public health concern. Public health concern, as an infected worker may present a risk of transmission to his colleagues, relatives, family members or other citizens. So here the definition of bioincidents. So bioincidents are as all irregularities that occur while handling the biological agents, means while handling the pathogenic organisms, including those which have been genetically modified, cell cultures and parasites, which may be able to provoke any infection, allergy or toxicity. They can be caused human errors. They can be caused human errors or technical failures. Bio incidents are defined as all irregularities that occur while handling the biological agents or pathogenic organisms, including those which have been genetically modified, cell cultures and parasites, which may be able to provoke any infection, allergy or toxicity, and they can be caused by the human errors or technical failures. So definition of LAI. LAI is defined as all infections acquired through the laboratory or laboratory related activities, regardless whether they are symptomatic or asymptomatic. That means which are occurs through the laboratory, those all are called as laboratory acquired infections. So how laboratory infections are acquired? So these LAS are resulting from the occupational exposure to infectious agents. The most common route of exposure and accidental inoculations are following, like inhalation means second one, precutaneous inhalation, like a needle and syringe cuts or abrasions from contaminated items and animal bites. Another one, contact between mucous membranes and contaminated material. Contaminated material means hands or surfaces, and ingestion means aspiration through a pipette or smoking or eating. So how laboratory infections are acquired means this occupational exposure to infectious agents, like inhalation process and percutaneous inhalation, needles, syringe cuts or abrasions from contaminated items and animal bites, and contact between mucous membranes and contaminated material, and also ingestion, aspiration through a pipette or smoking and eating. It's all about the BSL1, BSL2, BSL3, BSL4 and laboratory acquired infections. Thank you.